Obviously, biggest story in sports right now, the NCAA tournament. It is Final Four time, baby. Guys, it's the most interesting Final Four in my 42 years that I've ever seen. This is probably the most interesting one. It's historical.
Bar none.
First time in NCAA tournament history that the Final Four will not feature a 1, 2, or 3 seed. So you got UConn as a 4, it's the highest seed. And by the way, they look, good God, they look unstoppable right now. They haven't played any close games. They haven't played a single close game, but you got UConn as a 4, 2 5s, Miami, San Diego State, and then the one that hurts to see as a Tiger fan, FAU. But shout out FAU, man. That is a damn good team. That's just a damn good team. And
that blows my freaking mind.
It does. It really does. But here's the thing. They had the most wins in Division I this year. They had the most wins.
They just keep on winning.
Yeah, and they're doing it in different ways. And like the thing is, what was it against Kansas State? They had 14 offensive rebounds and 40. They out rebounded Kansas State 44-22.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't not impressed with FAU until the K-State game because yes, they beat Memphis. I still feel like Memphis was the better team. Like I can't.
I'd say the Tennessee game did it for me.
Okay, at the same time, yes, but I couldn't watch that Memphis FAU game and say, man, FAU has blown me away. Memphis, as we talked about, the whole lead up was the more talented team. FAU they played better on that day. Then they get FDU, whatever. It was a tight game. Then, as you mentioned, the Tennessee win, a little bit more impressive. They pretty much controlled the entire game.
Well,
and then I was like, their Cinderella run ends with K-State, arguably the hottest team in the tournament with the best player in the tournament, and Marquise Noel, I think pretty hands down had been the best player in the tournament.
100%.
And they beat K-State, and they're in the Final Four.
What blew my mind, though, is the Tennessee. That's when I really was like, damn, this team is not playing at all. Tennessee was up by 5 at half, and they had grown the lead to about 7. And FAU just stuck in the damn game the whole time. Yep. And what was it? Off the bench, Michael Forrest. Their reserve guard has 8 straight points to take the lead on Tennessee, and they held it the rest of the way.
Yep.
And you're just like, damn. And like, we thought, okay, Tennessee defensively against those small guards, they're going to bully them. They're going to run them off the three-point line. FAU found different ways to win. Vlad Golden was fantastic in that Kansas State game. Unbelievably good in that Kansas State game. Was passing out of the post. Was playing strong. Like, they just are a good damn basketball team.
Yep. They played really good. And San Diego State.
That one almost blows my mind more because they were in the Alabama bracket. They were in the Alabama region and somehow found their way out of it.
Yeah, like, I mean, but they, other than Bama.
But Bama,
you're
Bama
right.
had
and
the golden path laid, and we thought it was just write them into a Final Four national championship.
Yeah.
And no. San Diego State defensively is suffocating. They allowed 57 points per game this year. I mean, they're ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean,
Brian Dutcher is one of the more underrated head basketball coaches in the country right now.
In the tournament, they've allowed 57 points against Charleston, which Charleston was a good team. A lot of people picked that as a 12-5 upset. 52 against Furman, 64 against Alabama, one of the best offensive teams in the country, and then 56 against Creighton.
I need to ask this question, and this is real. Nate Oates. What? Good coach, can recruit his ass off.
Absolutely.
Didn't really have a hold on his team this year. we understand that. But this was his most talented team, in my opinion, since he's been there, and he couldn't get over the hump. And what really bothers me, and it's bothered me about him every single year in the tournament and during the year, is when they're not hitting 3 balls, he has nothing he goes to.
Yep.
Nothing. Making threes is not a damn way of life. Yes, making threes is a great equalizer for teams at times, and making shots is a great equalizer. But when someone takes it away, when you go 3 for 27 from 3, you have to have something else that you can rely on, and he doesn't have anything else.
So let's talk about the odds-on favorite. Has to be the odds-on favorite. UConn, what they've done in the tournament, they beat Iona, a good Iona team, by 24 points. They beat St. Mary's by 15. They beat Arkansas by 23. And they beat Gonzaga by 28.
I mean, this team's ridiculous. And here's the thing. It's like there was a time during their Big East schedule where everybody was out on them because they lost 3 straight games.
Because they were #1 team in the country at one point, and then they were unranked.
Yes, they lost 3 straight games. I was never out on them, though.
No, they have too much talent.
Danny Hurley's a damn good coach, to be honest with you. He's crazy as hell.
Sure.
But he's a damn good coach.
nutball.
Adama Sanogo, Jordan Hawkins.
Andrew Funk.
What? That's Penn State.
Penn State.
Oh, get it right, brother.
What did I just
Come on,
do?
do we have like a wow, wow, wow? Do we have a sounder for that?
Man.
Come on. I said Malik Noel, though, earlier.
You did.
Yeah.
So I have a little grace.
Yes, I get it. Now
There's a lot of college basketball that's been watched, and it kind of runs together.
Yes, but they beat the absolute hell out of everyone they played. And what they did to Gonzaga was downright criminal.
After Gonzaga beat
It was
UCLA.
downright criminal.
Yeah.
And by the way, that was an awesome game.
That was a great game.
Gonzaga, UCLA, and the NCAA tournament signed me up every day.
Yep. It was almost the game of the tournament, but K-State, Michigan State has had that so far. That game was amazing.
That was unreal.
That was such a fun
That was
game.
unreal. But so we've talked FAU. We've talked a little bit of San Diego State.
Everybody but your team.
A little bit of UConn. And this is the team that I actually said the entire time. You guys are here. Can y'all back me up on this?
100%.
Give me a horn for that. Come on. There it is. Yes. Give me a couple. Yes. That's it. I put this team out there, and people were doubting me the entire time, saying that it's a hard path for them. They don't play any defense.
A very hard
But
path.
they don't play any defense, yada, yada, yada. They have 4 guys who can go give you 25 at any given time.
Yep.
Wong, Pack, Norchad O'Meara. Who else? Who else am I missing? Jordan Miller, the main guy who didn't even miss a shot in that game against Texas. He went 7 for 7 from the field, 13 for 13 from the free throw line.
Yep.
They just have way too many scorers for teams to consistently offensively keep up with them.
They beat 3 top 5 seeds. Indiana by 16, Houston by 14, and Texas by 7. Texas being a 2, Houston being a 1, and Indiana being a 4.
Speaking of which, with the Bluff City Media bracket challenge, I think I'm second right now.
I'm
But I
probably
have no more
last.
points I can get. So how does that work? Do we have consolation prizes for second and third?
I don't know. I'm probably last time I looked,
Kenny,
I was in
can I ask Kenny?
third to last.
Kenny, what do we got? Any consolation prizes? Or just first? You ain't first, you're last.
You get to look at Christian's mustache all night
great.
long.
Yeah,
That's your
great.
consolation
It's not
prize.
bad. That means there are worse things.
That's not bad.
There are worse things.
Shut the hell up.
All
I
right.
thought I had a good bracket, man.
So before we move on to number 2, give me your national championship game and national championship winner. No analysis, just quick off the top of the head.
UConn, San Diego State, UConn wins. But think about this. Like, seriously,
It could
grand
be
scheme of
FAU.
things, what just blows my mind is FAU or San Diego State
Is going to be in the
to be in the national championship this
No
year.
way around it.
And it's okay. Yes, it's mind blowing to have this many lower seeded teams really in the Final Four. I get that, but isn't this kind of a good example of where we were with college basketball all year?
We said it all
there
year
was
long.
parity everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like we set a record for AP number ones getting knocked off.
Yep.
We had a million different number ones rotating in because of that. And there was a time where I looked at the top 25. I said, 20 of these teams could
win it.
compete for a national championship this year.
Yep.
Now, did I think it was going to be FAU and San Diego State? Hell no.
Nope.
I have a question for y'all about the tournament. Would you rather have a chalk bracket every year, all the ones, all the twos, maybe a 2 sprinkled in the Final Four, or would you rather have it like this, where historically there are teams that have never? I mean, 3 of the 4 Final Four teams have never played in a Final Four before.
Right.
Let me explain it this way. I would love to see a team like FAU knock off a 1 seed in the Final Four. That'd be sweet. But I like the way it shakes out anytime. It's going to be
It's
must
fun.
watch
It's
TV
fun
for me.
regardless.
Now, I already have seen, since we're going to get ahead of this, I've already seen people talk about, what are the TV ratings going to be like? Who cares?
That's so
These
stupid.
teams moved along. These teams earned their way here. To hell with the damn TV.
Yeah,
ratings.
that's so stupid.
Let it be.
Let
'Cause
it- it's fun,
But
man.
think about last year's Final Four compared to this: Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, Villanova, to UConn, which is is blue blood for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
FAU, San Diego State, and Miami. I mean,
But what are the teams supposed to
God.
do? Like, when people make the argument about what about the ratings, what are they supposed to do? They're just
Nothing.
winning
They're
the
just-
games,
no,
man.
No,
like
they're not.
It's such
they're
a-
not.
it's such a
just
stupid-
people. It's just people being.
finding
stupid
something
about
to
blue
nitpick.
bloods.
Right.
And, oh, well, we want to see Duke in here. We'll see Duke all the damn time.
And they lost fair and square.
yes, to damn Tennessee.
All right, number 2, Kenny.
Well, wait, hold up. No, you haven't done your winners.
I'm the same. UConn, San Diego State, UConn.
Prevails.